Hi everybody, Hub Arkush here with this week's edition of Pro Football Weekly's No Huddle. We go around the office and ask almost all of our editors to weigh in on some of the hot topics of the week. And this week the question is, who is the most underutilized player in the NFL?
You know, I had to think long and hard about this one. I think Ray Rice, Matt Forte, both would be acceptable answers here.
It is crazy that 14 running backs have more carries than a back as good as Ray Rice.
Tim Tebow. Oh, you want me to continue?
I'll tell you what's even more of a crime is that the Saints went 7 games this season without using the back that has been their best back for the past 2 games. Chris Ivory has 17 carries all season. The Saints didn't let him touch the ball for nearly a full half of the year.
My answer is Tim Tebow.
I'm really gonna end up this video.
Mike Jenkins in Dallas, you know, it's a first-round pick, a guy who played at a Pro Bowl level a couple years ago. If for no other reason, the Cowboys should probably try to trade him or play him a little bit so they could look to trade him in the offseason. He's still got a year left on his deal.
It's Tim Tebow, and I'm not even saying that to be a joke. Look, the guy is averaging 3 carries a game for one of the league's absolute worst offenses. You know, say what you will about Tebow as a quarterback, fine. But he rushed for 6 touchdowns last year. He rushed for 6 touchdowns the year before. Over 600 rushing yards last year. They could obviously find better ways to use him.
It's got to be the Bills' C.J. Spiller.
I think it's hard to argue that any player has done more with fewer opportunities than C.J. Spiller.
7 yards plus a carry, 10 plus yards a catch.
Still not even getting 10 carries a game.
Who in my eyes is as explosive as any back not named Adrian Peterson in the league this year.
He's clearly one of the biggest game breakers in the NFL today.
He's only gotten more carries when Fred Jackson's been out. Maybe that'll happen a little more this week.
I think Gailey needs to recognize his strengths, get the ball out of Ryan Fitzpatrick's hands and into the hands of C.J. Spiller.
I understand C.J. Spiller is a good answer, and I agree he should get more touches. But when Spiller's not in the game, it's Fred Jackson, who's a very serviceable guy. When Tebow's not out there getting carries, it's Sean Green, who hasn't done much. It's throws to Stephen Hill or Mark Sanchez throwing the ball, which hasn't been very good this year.
I might consider Matt Forte. You just signed the guy to a 4-year, $32 million contract, and you're getting good production out of him, don't get me wrong. But I think they can ride him a little bit harder.
Another guy that comes to mind is Whitney Mercilus of the Texans. You know, he last 3 games, 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, but he's only playing 15, 20, 25% of the snaps.
I'm going with DeAngelo Williams of the Carolina Panthers. He's been in the coach's doghouse all year. He's averaging less than 9 touches a game. I think it's a travesty that they're not finding a way to get him the ball more.
Vernon Davis in San Francisco, widely considered their best receiver, and a couple weeks ago he wasn't even targeted, and he hasn't had any more than 5 catches in any game.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Lots of great answers. I'm going to double down on Matt Forte of the Chicago Bears and throw in Michael Bush. Knowing the Bears' limitations on the offensive line, why they don't go for a little more ground and pound is a mystery to me. So one more opinion for you on who the most underutilized players in the NFL are. For all the best in news, notes, and analysis, all the news, scoops, and rumors before they happen, stay at ProFootballWeekly.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.